Here we go. You already know what it is. It's late. It's after midnight, so it's officially Saturday, November 20th. And well, you know what it is. The world's on fire. They're not really on fire, but people are losing their mind. So, we're going to talk a little bit about it. Just a little bit. Rittenhouse not guilty on all counts. That's what we're going to talk about real quick. Not a lot because everyone's talking about it, but I did stream a lot of the trial and we talked a lot about it on the show. And now I'm going through and I'm seeing the posts that people are putting up, and it's bothersome because a lot of it is just it's just filled with wrong information. And I don't understand how that is happening. I'm trying to find some of these posts on here, but you're seeing so much wrong information just blasted across social media and regular media. And it's a bit scary, right? That we're just being put all these lies right in front of our face. There's a fun one up here. It's somebody that I do know that posted this thing. What's up? Finger blast. What's up, Taylor Moore? I like this analogy. Let me pull it up because I laughed when I saw it. And this is what it says. It says, I jumped the fence into the polar bear enclosure at the zoo, then had to kill all the polar bears in self-defense. And that's funny to me because if you're going to use this analogy, then that would mean that the polar bears are the three people that were shot, right? They're the polar bears. And Rittenhouse jumped the fence into the enclosure into the polar bears. Inherently, you're saying that those three people are dangerous predators you shouldn't be around. Nobody should be around them. So I thought it was kind of funny. The second that, they killed the absolute shit out of Harambe. And Harambe didn't hurt nobody. But when a baby fell into Harambe's enclosure, they killed that monkey. So, I mean, he was a gorilla, but you know what I'm saying? So it's just a dumb analogy that I see from the left. And I don't know what else to say about other than just kind of laugh a little bit because it doesn't make any sense. And to second that, let's just go down the list of things that we learned through this trial and what could end up happening because of this trial. We learned that Kyle did not bring the weapon across the state line, which the whole state line thing to me is ridiculous. He lives 17 miles away from Kenosha and arguably probably like 5 miles from the state line. So this arbitrary line, you know, and they're like, what is he doing there? His family lived there in Kenosha. His dad lived there. So, okay. And then they said, well, he shouldn't have been there. Okay. Well, I mean, look, man, a lot of people shouldn't have been there. And then the narrative of, and this is one bothers me the most. This one bothers me the most of all of them. The narrative is, well, if that was a black kid and he shot two right-wing protesters, the outcome would have been different. But we can't say that definitively. Nobody can say that the outcome would be different. We don't, because that's a situation that has not occurred. It did not occur, and I hope it never occurs, right? Like, so we can't just replace people in scenarios and then it's like, you can't just replace scenarios and tell me what would have happened because that's not true. You know, it was an entirely different group of people that would have interacted with one another. Let's get down to the brass tacks. How do we sell Rittenhouse NFTs? Man, I'm trying to sell some NFTs. I don't know. I don't really know. But you draw it and then you post it, and what's the inherent value? What can you give it that makes it worth buying? I don't know. All I know is the internet is undefeated. And if you think that this is the end of this is just the very beginning of Rittenhouse memes. Like, I saw one that said that everyone's going to go buy the new drink at the bar is going to be the Rittenhouse. And that's going to be one chaser followed by 4 shots. So, you know, the internet is undefeated when it comes to anything like this. Just the social climate is just going to be crazy. But the lies, man, just the blatant, outright, just lies that I see every day. And this is, you know, we did this show with Marshall Holmes, and Marshall likes to stir the fire on Facebook. And Marshall posted this today. And let me find it, because I replied to it because it was wrong. So I wanted to make sure. And let me see if there we go. He said, I wonder if a 17-year-old black kid carrying an illegal weapon could kill 2 white right-wing protesters on a video and get off on self-defense. So what's messed up with this, and that's obviously just Marshall stirring the pot, right? So, which is fine. The problem is that it wasn't an illegal weapon to carry. Let's start with that. And he wasn't the aggressor. So when we look at what actually happened, and people want to take into account that the 3 guys had these records and stuff, man, that's, to me, completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Whatever they did before meeting Kyle Rittenhouse does not matter to me. And that is because Kyle Rittenhouse did not know them, and he did not know their history, and therefore had 0 impact on whether or not he should have been afraid from running into them, right? It'd be like you just ran into some dude at the gas station, and then that dude wants to start some shit with you, and then you end up hurting them or killing them, and then finding out that they had a record for, you know, whatever. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is what happened at the time. That's what's relevant. And I think when I talked about this on the show all week, I thought they were going to get him with something, reckless endangerment, something of that nature, a far lesser charge than murder, because murder I don't think he ever intended to hurt anybody. I think he intended to have a show of force. I think he intended to help people that were out there. I don't think he ever intended on firing that weapon. However, if you know anybody that carries a gun with a concealed carry or not, just carries one, you know, if you bring a weapon somewhere, you should at any point be ready to use it, because that's why you have it. It shouldn't just be a show and tell item, right? We're not just going to walk around and just show it off. So I think that's the case. And where I think that it really went south is just the prosecutor on this, man. Binger really, for lack of a better punch, shot himself in the foot, shot himself in the ass. I mean, he just did his own damage by obviously leading witnesses on the stand, obviously making up a few things, you know, and charging them with, first of all, you know, saying that it's an illegal weapon, and not even doing the due diligence to know that, okay, this is not going to stick. When it comes out in court, not even on the first day, like it was like day 4, and they were like, well, the weapon in question wasn't illegal for him to carry. And when they called him out, I mean, dude, they look like deer in headlights, right? So that goes to the credibility of what else the prosecution is saying, which damages the case tremendously. Watching him grill Kyle on the stand was also interesting, because it was very leading. It was just, let's just keep saying this question as many times as we can until we get the answer that we want. And the answer never changed. So I feel like the prosecution there, they tried to pull a couple fast ones. They really needed to hang someone out to dry. And obviously this was a tragic situation where, you know, it's going to change this kid's life forever. I don't think anyone shoots somebody and kills somebody and it doesn't affect them, especially somebody who's young, right? So who's 17, regardless of the situation. You kill somebody, that's got to have a lifelong implication behind it. you know, that kid's never going to grow up, and just people are going to forget about that for a while. Now, what I did find interesting is that when they did the verdict, Jacob Blake's parents were outside and they were having their own media show. It's not necessary. We don't need Jacob Blake out there. We don't need his parents out there. You know, what happened was an end result of what happened to Jacob Blake. You know, that's what started the whole riots and the protests, and that's what ultimately a billion decisions led to these guys getting shot, Kylie being there. But at the end of the day, it's not about them, right? At the end of the day, this was about Kyle Rittenhouse and the 3 people that got shot, not about Jacob Blake. So as far as their family, I don't give a shit about how they feel about it, because Kyle didn't have anything to do with hurting or paralyzing Jacob Blake. There was even a news, I want to say it was mainstream. I was just listening to it on Tim Pool, the Timcast. He was saying that one of the mainstream put out an article, is a paper, that was saying that Jacob Blake was dead. So that was interesting. The killing of Jacob Blake, but he didn't die, he just paralyzed, which is not good either. But, you know, it's the entire thing is messed up, right? The entire situation, whenever people get shot up, killed, you know, that's not ideal for the world we live in. But moving forward, man, people got to stop believing. They got to stop taking a narrative and just running wild with it, because that's not helping anybody. And the fact that we had so much like just falsities throughout this trial was crazy. It overshadowed the trial that I want to say is even more, I'm saying imperative, but for the movement that everyone wants to get behind, it's more important. And that's Ahmaud Arbery's death. The men responsible for killing Ahmaud Arbery, there should be no question here about whether or not they are guilty. It's just a matter of where they're going at this point, right? And we're so focused on whether or not Kyle Rittenhouse was in self-defense. We know those dudes murdered that man. And I feel like the Rittenhouse trial overshadowed it. How they ended up on the same week, I don't even know. That just seems like a bad idea. How does that happen? 2 completely different jurisdictions. The time frames aren't even remotely close. Ahmaud Arbery was killed in February 2020. Rittenhouse is killed Rittenhouse was in that, the Kenosha thing was in August. How are these trials on the same week? That seems convenient, because I feel like the Ahmaud Arbery got that man did not get the coverage that he deserved. And to that point, I don't even know the names of the dudes who shot him. And that's not okay. You know, we should know the people who shot that man. We know his name, but he's not on trial. And somebody brought that up on Facebook, and they said, you know, it's not the Ahmaud Arbery trial. It's not what's happening right now. It's the trial of the 2 men who killed him. We need to know their name. That's important. To me, that should be more important, I feel like. But we don't know their name. So that's interesting. But, you know, you got a lot of people just upset, man. Like, just mad that this kid got look, not guilty on all counts. That's jurors that he picked at random, out of a hat, out of the pool, that agreed it was self-defense. So, and also I think when Binger went up there and said that if you bring a gun, you waive the right to self-defense. That's the most ridiculous thing that Binger could have said, by far. When you put all this stuff together that happened, it's no coincidence. It's no shock that they came back with a not guilty. If nothing else, just for not trusting the prosecution one bit. And now they're looking forward to what is the ramifications to the prosecution. The guys who prosecuted Kyle Rittenhouse. What do they face next? Because they did not have an ethical trial if you look at everything that happened. And I think there's going to be, you know, some repercussions to their actions. you know, career related repercussions for sure. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it just gets brushed under the rug. We'll see what happens. But this kid is, you know, he's going to have to lay low for a while because there's no place in America he can go where people aren't going to know who he is. And he's going to have to find some place where people are happy that he's free. Because where he lives now is not the place. And that kid's going to be, you know, apparently his life is going to, ooh, Jesus. Sorry, I was just reading the news and I just came across an article here that's really bad news for Rivian. Jesus Christ. When did that news come out? Oh, I gotta text this to somebody because holy yikes. That is bad yikes right there. Wow. Oh, that's dirty. I almost want to say that that's even dirtier than what's happening in the freaking news. That's a stock related thing. And if you're interested, you watch any of the other stuff that I do, the article that just happened to catch my eye says Rivian, Ford cancels plans to jointly develop an electric vehicle. That's a big deal because Rivian stock debuted like, I don't know, 7 days ago, and it went absolutely bananas. And it's supposed to be a joint venture with Ford, which makes Ford stock go up. And now, boom, wow, insane. Man, yeah, there's gonna be so many things that are gonna come up from this case that, man, there's no telling. Like, you think it's over, it's not over. It's over for Kyle Rittenhouse, but the attorneys who represented Kyle and stuff, yikes. But crazy, man. It's gonna be a wild ride to see how this develops. Yeah, they might hold 12% stake, but that's, man, not developing the truck, bro, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Because I want to say that's even had a lot to do with it, even, man, with its IPO running so crazy. There's been some cool EVs coming out, though, for sure. There've been some cool EVs. I'm going to pass through a couple things here. I saw something else that made me interesting. Yeah, this is an article here about 7 reasons why his self-defense argument succeeded in getting him acquitted. The witnesses, obviously, not great. Several witnesses who saw the killings testified that Rosenbaum was acting belligerently, threatening Rittenhouse, chasing him down the street, lunge for his rifle. You know, obviously, Gage there himself conceded that he pointed his own gun at Rittenhouse. Video showed that Rittenhouse was being chased. He took the stand. I think people believed him. A drone video that was key to prosecution was hard to parse. The drone video was interesting. Like, he had all year and it just comes out. Oh, right. Regarding the 2 cases happening at the same time. I don't know, man. They're not even remotely in the same place, right? I mean, one of them's in Georgia and one of them's in freaking Wisconsin. So it's like, it's just coincidence. Yeah, the jury couldn't consider videos of Rittenhouse talking about guns. That doesn't matter. People talk about shit all the time. It's irrelevant. Jurors couldn't look at photos hanging out with a far-right figures. Listen, they knew it. You saw it. This isn't like breaking news, right? We saw that all year. It was on mainstream media. So crazy. And the judge said it was okay for him to have an AR-15 style gun, which, you know, when you say AR-15, people think you're freaking SEAL Team 6. It's really not that crazy of a weapon. It looks crazy, I guess, in terms of people who don't know guns. It looks like a weapon that you don't want to be at the end of, but that's every gun to me. I mean, you put a stock on it, a barrel, you know, a cool barrel cover, like a little, you know, little like compressor looking thing at the end of it, man. It looks badass. So yeah, whatever. All guns are scary when you're staring at a victim. And then, you know, I don't know. They just, you know what? They tried. Give them that. They tried their damnedest. So the kid's off. They're going to battle over who gets his bond money back. And, you know, we'll hear about him in 10 years. What is he up to? What's he doing? That'll be, ooh, look at that. Harry Mack's on right now. Damn. I like Harry Mack. I like watching Harry Mack. If you don't know who Harry Mack is, man, he's a fun cat. Wordplay Wednesday. That's not even Wednesday. Where's Harry Mack at streaming with the wrong title? That's what was happening, man. And I hope people just take it for what it is and just go about living their life, man. Because honestly, this doesn't really affect anyone who's upset that I see. Is zero impact on their life. You know, you got Biden said, "Oh, well, I respect it." And then Trump says congratulations and whatever. So, you know, Kyle Rittenhouse to appear on Tucker Carlson for exclusive interview. Of all people, Tucker Carlson. Yikes. Man. Tucker Carlson's a bit much for me, boy. I just, he's just a bit much. So, but that's what we got happening, man. I just see a lot of people online that are just posting a lot of stuff that's just not true. And it's frustrating because other people believe it. And you got to look at the facts of the matter and the facts of the case. And you got to stop spreading shit that's false and that just to infuriate people. I mean, that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. I'd like to see some other stuff happen, some positive stuff. Maybe we can end this. It's so late. I'm tired and I've had a bad day. I've had a really rough day. It's been difficult. So, but I didn't want to go to bed without mentioning this. Everyone's talking about it, and I followed it a good bit. So I wanted to follow up with it because honestly, he's free as fuck. At the end of the day, he's free as fuck. So it's real interesting to see here, you know, how it played out. And 4 days to deliberate. I thought that was a bit long to come back with not guilty on all counts. 4 days was a hot minute. Oh, let's just see here. I'm going to browse through here real quick and see if there's anything of interest that popped up. Not really. Biden's bill. We'll see what the ramifications of that is before long, for sure. Let's see. Oh, got another day before Dexter. 2 days before Dexter. God, I can't wait to watch Dexter. Yeah, so not a whole lot, man, honestly. Not a whole lot. The other story I saw that was interesting was somebody, I guess, right-click saved as every NFT that they could on crypto.com or something. They call it the biggest heist of the century. Stole all the PNGs. Stole all of them. Some guy, I think it was like a, wasn't the founder of Pirate Bay, but it was like a Pirate Bay type site. That was pretty interesting. I mean, it means nothing to me, but someone always asks, why don't they just save it? Just save the image. That's always kind of funny. Oh, let's see here if there's anything else of interest. If you got something interesting, we could talk about Ozark. I haven't seen Ozarks, man. I never watched that one. Some of it's filmed right here, right down the street at the lake. But it's funny, there's a gas station that was it's not far from me, and they have a this is funny to me. They have a Polaroid printout. Looks like a Polaroid picture of the security monitor with one of the actresses in the gas station. So it's like, it's not like, hey, I took a selfie with this actress. It's like, oh my God, I took a picture of the TV of the actress at my counter, and then they printed it out and they taped it at the front of the store. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? What is really happening? It's pretty funny. I have something stuck in my tooth. So, but yeah, I never saw the Ozarks. But that was a piece of popcorn. But watched The Blacklist last night. Love The Blacklist. Looking forward to SEAL Team. It looks like it's going to be an emotional episode. Man, not looking forward to that. Man, there's gonna be so many damn Rittenhouse freaking things. Look at all these freaking little personal aircraft drone things that popping up. Dude, there's no way. There's no way they're letting people fly around in the sky in little freaking drones. People look, I go like 6 miles down the road, 4 accidents. There was a 4-car bumper to bumper rear-ended accident on the highway yesterday, coming back from the airport. And I'm like, bro, 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, just front to back. I'm like, what are y'all doing in bumper to bumper traffic? We can't be having people fly around. And that's what we need. People fucking falling out the sky. We can't have that. So I like that they're building it. I just hope that a lot of people can't afford it and fly around. So I feel like people would just be falling out the sky, crashing onto the highway into someone's house. Let's see what else we got here. Anything else interesting? Oh, that's kind of funny. It's like the memes for the right-wing people are hilarious. They're way better than leftist memes. You gotta give people on the right credit, because the memes are hilarious. They're great. And the leftists, they don't have good memes. That's funny. This guy wearing a t-shirt that says Joe's Discount Machine Guns, Kabul, Afghanistan. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I saw another one that was oh God, what was it? I wish I could remember what it was, because it was about all the time and money spent in Afghanistan to liberate the people from the Taliban, just to let the Taliban take back over. I wish I could find it. It was brilliant. It was hilarious to look back and go, oh, well, that happened. Look at that. Biden calls for calm, but says Rittenhouse not guilty verdict leaves him angry and concerned. What? Concerned? Concerned about what? What is Joe Biden concerned about? Come on now. What the hell is that thing? Jesus. I don't know. People are making interesting things. Interesting things that are popping up on the internet. And then oh, you also had you had Rogan and Alex Jones on Timcast 2 days ago. That was a good show. I did listen to that. And Rogan did say, man, he said that the left's like a cult. It's a cult controlling the media. It's a pretty bold statement from old Rogan. Oh my God. Look, these are great. Oh my God. The class involvement with the crack epidemic. Are you talking about the crack cocaine epidemic of the 90s? Like the mid to late 90s? Because that is interesting. That is a very interesting time frame to look back. If you're going to study something in history, that's a good thing to study. You're going to be in history class. That's a real interesting thing. the way that crack cocaine affected it, just a certain demographic, and also economic level of people, right? How it just came out of nowhere. Stuff just look. We used to have a bunch of stuff that we when I grew up. You know, was an '80s kid. Man, I remember Say No to Drugs was a big deal. Obviously, AIDS was a big deal. Say No to Crack was a big deal. We had all these say no to movements, and now there's none of that shit. Like, look, man, there's no DARE. Where's DARE at? I don't know about the CIA's involvement in the crack thing. I remember watching, it's been a while, but there was a documentary about it. Let me look it up, see if I can find it. The Contra crack cocaine controversy, 96. Well, now the Contra, that was them bringing in cocaine, but that wasn't, I don't think that was necessarily targeted at to be made into crack cocaine. Now the problem here was, yeah, the Iran Contra, yeah, they're flying in stuff from Mexico on CIA planes. The whole, you know, there's a whole movie about it with Tom Cruise. Pretty good movie overall. The problem with crack is that crack and cocaine is the same drug. The punishment for having crack was far more severe than the punishment for having cocaine, but same drug. And the CIA was bringing in a bunch of the drugs, and they were trying to, you know, in exchange for fighting the Contra, the war down in Mexico. And it was just a giant shit show. None of it, you know, at the end of the day, they didn't uphold their obligation. It's so weird. And then that all just went away. You know, it just went away. And that was in the late 80s, early 90s, I think. And they were using the CIA planes to bring the drugs right on over. And if you think they're not doing stuff like that now, no, yeah. Here's my take. How I think about this from time to time. How does an entire country get overrun by a criminal empire? When you think about Mexico, like, I don't know a single person that's like, yeah, Mexico is nice. Like, we should go to Mexico. Maybe we should move to Mexico. Like, that's never happened. One person that was like, yeah, should move there. Now people are like, we should go to, like, you know, a tourist destination, or maybe go down there and get some work done because it's cheaper. You know, maybe go get your dental work done, or, you know, some plastic surgery down there in Panama. But how do cartels take over an entire country? Like, that's mind-boggling. And the amount of money that they have and the amount of drugs that they run everywhere is mind-boggling. It's so crazy. Just wrap your head around that. Like, you go down there and there's a Mexican police force and there's a Mexican military force. And then there, on top, above all, there are cartels that are arguably untouchable. Who was the guy they got, man? They got the guy underground. See, I don't even remember his name anymore. It began with a C. You know, the guy they were trying to get for a while, and then they got him, and then he escaped prison. And then they got him again. What was his name? It's good that I don't remember, because, fuck, man, we should forget people like that. You want to make people go away, just don't talk about them. You know? The more that you make them infamous, and the more people that remember them, the more people want to be like them. Like, hey, in that world, like, yeah, I'm gonna be the next dude. I'm gonna step it up. Yeah, there you go. See, Chapo, El Chapo. What happened to El Chapo? Where's he at? Who replaced El Chapo? They found that dude in a hole, bro. Like, in a hole underneath a freaking jail. First of all, how do you even dig a tunnel like that? How do you even dig a tunnel like that with like no real tools? And then you end up in this dude's jail cell and you dig him out like something out of a movie. That's insane. Crazy. But just think, like you found one L chop. There's more than one dude out there pulling big strings, untouchables. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even, you know what? Even that boss has a boss. There's always another guy up on top. You think you know who they are. You don't know them. Probably walk by them in the street. You don't even know. They don't want you to know who they are. But it's wild to think that person's out there. Like, there's not a person like that in America. There's not a leader of a group that is that powerful in a criminal empire outside of the government that we know, that you're like, oh man, don't fucking talk about that dude. Don't go over there. Make you disappear. Then you got like little gangs and stuff that might have like some territorial spats, but not someone who's like nationally renowned. Like, man, it's crazy. You know, they'd be just chopping people up down there. And that's not even like the only part of the world that's like that, but it's real close to our world. The Sackler family. The Sackler family, is that our modern day? Let's see. Who you got here? Wins immunity from opioid lawsuits. How crazy is that? Fueling America's opioid crisis. Look, man, people love drugs. If you want drugs to go away, stop doing drugs. Look, man, they're not going to stop bringing them in here because people keep buying them. As long as you're buying them, they're going to keep sending them over. That's just business, man. It's capitalism. What that is. Okay, there you go. I do remember. I remember something. I seen something about that. I do remember it. I want to hear something funny. Let's see if I'm gonna pop my headphones on so I can hear it. I'm gonna pop on to Harry Mack's little channel here because he's over here rapping. If you don't know who Harry Mack is, he is friggin' awesome. Let me add something here. I gotta add an audio input. Hold on a second. Let me fix this up real quick. Because for some reason it doesn't show up here. If you don't know who he is a freestyle rapper. Does a lot of stuff on man, why can't I find this audio capture 3? He does a lot of stuff on YouTube where he basically raps random words. Like you give him like some random words, and then there we go. I'm just gonna add this one. Let's try this one. See if this works. And then he does a rap to it. He writes his own beats and stuff. He's really good. I'm gonna pop it up here. Just give me a second. Fix it up. Just gonna switch up the mood for just a second because I had a shit day and Harry Max did shit. What? I don't need to do that. That's an advertisement. Come on, YouTube. I don't have premium. Whoa. All right, hold on. I don't want to be too loud. All right, here we go. So let me switch up my window capture. A little Harry Mack. Should be this one, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sometimes window capture be struggling. One second here. Let's capture this. Harry McIntyre. All right, there he is. There's Harry Mack. He's out of California. So he's streaming right now. People give him these words, and they do their little super chats, and they throw out words, and then he's got a beat that he mixes up, and he just straight kills it.
Let's go. Yeah. Are we coming in right like that? Are we coming in right like that? Are we coming in right like that?
That's what's up.
Like that? Are we coming in right like that?
Oh, this is a couple days ago. It said live, but not live. But I'd like to run into him.
Yeah.
He's a fun cat.
Right fast. And you better click like right fast. And you better click like right fast. Go ahead and like my ass. Go ahead and like my ass. And you know that I might just fast. Are we coming in right like that? Better click that like real fast.
All right, come on, Harry.
Like real fast. Every time that I rhyme on tracks, Liver's bound to excite your
There we
ass.
go.
Coming off the top and then do it for the hip hop lovers. So cold with the lyrics when I finish on the beat, man, I'm about to leave it all snow covered. And I crumb up the tip, leave it all in amazement. All these other MCs stand at the chase, man. Every time
So
I
they
rhyme,
give him a
it's
bunch of
bullshit.
words up here.
I be doing what I'm feeling and you know I sound great. Every time I'm on the track, I'm about to go ape. Everybody calling H-Mac the GOAT. I be coming off top with the righteous quotes. I be doing what I'm feeling and you know I'm about to bring it all the way to the peak. Shouts out to Marshall and Luna, all the dogs gonna speak. On the track right now, I be melting ya. I get love from the people from Philadelphia, all across the whole planet.
That's good, man.
Yelling out, let's go. To everybody who be knowing I be killing instrumentals like I'm spitting the asbestos. Yeah, gotta be the #1 MC who be out here rapping for the West Coast. And they hype for the stream cause I'm living my dream. And
Dude.
you know I gotta represent for the whole
Harry
team.
Mack
Do what I feel,
kills
with
it.
the dope flow. Big love goes out to your dog named Coco. Labradoodle, look me up on Google. I'ma draw it like a doodle. Come right off the top and all my pupils know I'm shining. I'll be climbing to the top of this. I'm listening to the apocalypse whenever I be forwarding off at the top. They don't know.
All right. Yeah, that's Harry Mack. If you want to look him up, he's on YouTube, man. He is the shit. Harry Mack be straight killing it. I get sucked into sometimes on YouTube. I'll go back and watch some of his videos. I just get sucked in because he'll have like 10, 12 different people give him like, 3, 4, 5 words. And he just freaking straight murders it, man. And he's fun. The raps, you're like, what? That was like so good. And he's so lyrically, he's really a lyricist. But man, you're like, how in the hell is he going to use that word? Crushes it right off the top of his head. Amazing. But yeah, that's fun. We need to find a good conspiracy theory. That's what I need to do. I need to do some good conspiracy theories. What's a good one? You know what I haven't looked at? Speaking of conspiracy theories, what is Alex Jones doing? What's Info's board? I know that he put out a video basically just asking everyone to donate because he's got to pay this giant fine. He lost this defamation case on the Sandy Hook trial, and now he's got to pay like millions of dollars to these victims. And he's like, help me, because maybe he doesn't have the money, man. It costs a lot of money to fight that. He's trying to fight it. Got to appeal it. So, man, let's see. Sometimes you go on there and you're like, he's out of his mind. Huh. The case for vaccine passports has been demolished. I do wonder that because now I see like travel restrictions lifted for the UK coming to America or vice versa for people who are vaccinated. I wonder how long that will last. How long will you must be vaccinated to travel to certain places last? Because there's been so many federal, so many federal cases about it saying that it's unconstitutional to make people mandate vaccines. Look at this. I need to find this song. Country and hip hop legend Kid Rock released a music video for his new song, Don't Tell Me How to Live, on Thursday. It's a pro free speech anthem Kid Rock recorded with a Canadian rock band called Monster Truck. Well, I haven't heard this, so this is probably going to copyright claim this video. Let's hope it doesn't murk me off freaking YouTube. I don't know what their policy is for playing this, but I'm interested. Kid Rock, Don't Tell Me How to Live, official video. Probably going to get some kind of friggin' strike for playing this thing, but I'm just too damn curious. Let me pop it up here. Fuck it. Let's see what he's talking about. Kid Rock's old, by the way. Not a young cat anymore. Is he like 60? He's old.
Fuck all you hoes. Detroit till I die, motherfucker.
Kid Rock, you like 65. You need to calm down.
Talking all that bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna tell me. I'm a moonshine sipper straight slipping in the dark.
Dude, look at that chain. That is so ridiculous. What are you doing, Kid Rock? You're like somebody's grandpa. What is that?
You ain't never met a motherfucker like this. Kiss my ass and you can suck a dick sideways, my way or the highway. Listen up, ain't nothing changed here. I still don't give a fuck. So what the fuck's up with all the backlash? You snowflakes, here's a news flash. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Years ago, we all thought it was a joke. See that every kid got a motherfucking trophy. But yo, homie, here's a situation. A nation of pussies is our next generation. And these minions and their agendas. Every opinion has a millennial offended. But this amendment one, it rings true. And if you don't dissent, bitch, then see number 2. Ain't nothing new, right? Church, wrong pew. Get a clue, accrue your fake news and views. Can all get the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. I'm the last of a few, still screaming, fuck you. Ain't
You're not the last of a few. Man, look, I could name like a dozen people right now that are screaming fuck you. Like a lot. Man, where did he find this band? This guy needs a barber. Bad. Like at least like find him a Great Clips. If nothing else, get this man to a Great Clips. Please. By the way, he's wearing a Black Sabbath t-shirt. I find that funny. Oh, this ought to be good. What is this? What is happening? I know that's a middle finger, but it almost looks like he's just riding a giant dick. What's going on? Oh no, off Mount Rushmore. Someone stop him. What is going on? Like, wow. I always think to myself, somebody like thought up this idea and he was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like that's 100% what I want to do. I had a different idea in mind, but nope, we're doing that one. Now he's in space.
tell me shit, you'll never flip my script because I'm more outrageous than the Vegas Strip. You're like Mayberry, bitch. I'm hard and crisp, high risk, hillbilly, but I'm filthy rich. You're like really
He probably is pretty rich.
shit. I'm like shotgun Willie, smoking Phillies and shit. I'm like Reverend Ron or David Lee Roth, like Springsteen, bitch. I'm the motherfucking boss. James Dean shit. I'm more like Brad Pitt, a little less pretty, but I slang more dick. I twang more
Oh.
riffs. I slide through grass. I rip more lines than a 10-pound bass. Pass the mic. I'm like slow gin fizz. It ain't nobody. It ain't nobody. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Yikes. All right, that was dude. Oh my god. What just happened? Your name is Monster Truck. It's gotta be great. Oh my god. What just happened? What just happened? I was like, here I was having a fun conversation, and then I was like, hey, check out that rabbit hole. And then we were just gone. We just, man, I don't even, that was worth a copyright strike. That was great. It's, how old is Kid Rock? Like, the serious question. Kid Rock. I'm gonna Google it. How old is Kid Rock? He's 50 years old. Come on. He's 50? That's it? Feels like he's 500. I feel like he was 50 when he was popular the first time. He's got to be older than 50. That doesn't make sense. He's younger than Joe Rogan. Come on. Brandon Buckingham's channel. Who's the other guy? There's a country guy who does a lot of like funny song. Maybe I can't remember his name. On YouTube. He's actually on like Spotify and stuff too. But he sings some funny like political songs. I don't remember his name. Buddy something. It's Buddy something. Buddy. Political songs. I'm going to find out who he is. Buddy Brown. That's who it is. Google's amazing. The internet, we live in a world, you don't even have to know what it is. We just somewhat describe it. There it is. Buddy Brown. Oh, man. It's not real life. You're right. This is just, dude, if this is the metaverse, imagine what the metaverse is going to be. If this is real life, what's going to go down in the metaverse? Holy shit. We're not ready for this. We're not. You're going to be able to just live free, have like no consequence. First of all, I wonder if they're going to have, you know what it's going to, this is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the real world that we currently live in, add the metaverse, and we get Free Guy meets Grand Theft Auto, right? We get Free Guy, the movie with Ryan Reynolds, where you go into the game and you pretty much do whatever it is that you want without consequence, except also a little more XXX Grand Theft Auto style. Like they got this cute like metaverse video out there now. They're like, oh look, you can like buy shoes and you can get clothes and you can hang your NFT in your cool metaverse room and you can play poker with your friend. Bro, no one is doing that. They're gonna be fucking, they're gonna be murdering people, they're gonna be robbing people. Come on, man. There's about to be some dark shit happening in that metaverse. All controlled by Facebook. That's what, bro. Stop them. Try and stop them. Good luck. People are inherently bad. They have bad thoughts. A lot of people. They're like, man, what if I could get away with it? They do it. Yeah, whatever. Here it comes, man. Here it comes. That's what comes up when you say this isn't real life. Kid Rock in the metaverse riding a giant dildo into space with monster truck. Yikes. That's what you need to make for the metaverse. That's your $1 billion idea. Just all kinds of paraphernalia selling that thing. People don't want sneakers. No, they want giant middle fingers that are rocket ships. What they want. Unbelievable. But yeah, it feels like it's going to be Free Guy. He's like, we just get robbed today. That's what we do. Have a great day. Have a great day, guy. Cool. I wonder if they're going to make it where you can't be violent to people. Like you can't have any physical altercation with people. That'd be interesting. I don't know. We'll see, man. We will see what this crazy world brings us. Because we're about to step out of this real shit show into a even crazier shit show where you can do what you want. Oh. Oh, Megan texts me. Oh my goodness. But I should probably get to bed. It's 1 a.m. Gonna work on some hustles tomorrow. Sew up some bandanas, put some t-shirts, work out some content. spend some time with the kids. But yeah, we're gonna do some more of these, the free as fuck shows, because they're fun. It's not like my regular podcast. I feel a little bit more free when I do these. A little more edgy. We can come up with some more things to talk about. We're gonna find some good conspiracy theories too. I think those would be fun to talk about. And man, no one can tell you how to live, Kid Rock. You are free as fuck, sir. As we say, some people are born free, some people die free, some people just live free as fuck. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you guys later.